Hey, you wonderful people. It is Monday, December 9th, 9 a.m. Central Time. Hope you are well. Genuinely, I do. So, this is going to be the last video that I upload to YouTube. Uh, I'm thankful that this COPPA situation, which is this Federal Trade Commission that is threatening to sue or fine anyone who shows content that is inappropriate as deemed by, I don't know who. Is that by YouTube? Is that by, I guess it's not by YouTube. I guess it's by the FTC. They're going to sue you, fine you $43,000 or more or whatever. Uh, you know, I don't care if that's real. I care about the fact that people, the general public, perceive to encourage the people that want to protect themselves from attacks to leave the platform because it's completely disingenuous. So, the more important issue to me regards freedom of speech and the fact that we are being, uh, our behavior is being modified as if we were in a government MK Ultra mind control experiment. Okay, and that's not the position of a someone on the lunatic fringe, right? An unhinged conspiracy theory. This is the voice of people that worked at Google and have left and have been on national television shows such as 60 Minutes and whatever, blowing the whistle about, hey, this is a bad situation, like the I'm going to link to you a video that's going to give you all these specifics if you need to see, if you're not already super familiar with all of this. But it's Truth Stream Media, and they're going to show you Jaron Lanier, the guy that coined the phrase virtual reality in the 1970s. He's a Jewish man with dreads, and he's always on TV as an expert talking about technology. And he has come out very much against the effect that social media and all this has had. That the promise of the Matrix 20, what was that, 99? So 20 years ago was that movie, the cyberpunk promise of freedom of individuals organizing through the internet has that was just a lie, just like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It was all produced by the military, the intelligence agencies, these secret society controllers, that believe in slavery and all of this kind of stuff. Especially when it's where we're making poor choices to get into credit debt and to, heck, something's wrong when my parents are on Facebook and YouTube. It didn't just get me; it got them. And now we're in this spot where we know what the problems are, but we don't know how to solve them because you do need to communicate. Tools are neutral in and of themselves. The potential to use the internet to organize your daily life and connect with other people in your community is tremendous. But we have just the whole history of America is accepting a system created by the aristocrats, the lords, the founding fathers, right? See, I mean, there's no difference between Steve Jobs and Bill Gates as the founding fathers of the internet, or George Washington and Thomas Jefferson as the founding fathers of America. That was these super rich people that had all of these benefits of information and education and privy, better deals. So we don't get those deals. And they told us we were free, both of them, but we're not free. And only so many people can really confront that. And then, okay, then you get to my point and you confront that and accept that as true, and then you don't know how to be free. So it's like we need like an AA type of group where people voluntarily go, I want to be a true respects the traditions of all of these things. If Christians acted like Jesus, they'd be a threat. Do Christians act like Jesus? No, they're not a threat. It's fake. And it stops people, the good people, from being good because it's like, well, there's just nothing you can really do, and accept Jesus, and then you die, and then you go to heaven. That's the good that you do. Come on, that's obviously screwing over the good people. Same thing with all this Luciferian thing. Okay, you want to be a rebel. You want to, learn about magic and all this stuff. And then the New Age and the whole internet of all this UFO, Freemason, all that stuff. Then it gets you into like being lost, trying to depend on yourself as the means. And I'm not saying that that stuff doesn't work or whatever, but I'm saying that again, most people get screwed over. Or you've got the internet business world. Hey, you need to have a positive mental attitude. You can do anything advertising on the internet. Hey, just start a blog and then the money will roll in. That whole deal. No, 90% of people fail doing that. So they're all the same thing. Science is going to save everything. No, because the Rockefellers own medicine and they want us to get sick because that's an industry of people having cancer when it's proven that these other natural means prevent that. On and on and on. So, all I can think to do is like use a carrot and a stick. Here's the advantages, you know what I mean? If what we're going to do is we're going to go to BitChute. That's the next. There's a ton of other platforms, but this is the one that I think is getting the most attention right now. And that's the one that TruthStream Media is promoting. I'm going to take you over there and see where my channel is. On a line of sand, and it is uncomfortable. A revolutionary movement, and revolutionary movements are just as controlled. The poor people and them trying to break out is just as much controlled by the elites as the capitalism and the you can be rich and go along to get along. Both of those. So it's not about me being superior. It's not about me knowing everything, but I know that it's like being in a prison. We gotta get out of here. Hey, we gotta break out of here every day. We got to change our behaviors, and it's going to be uncomfortable because we're going to be pushing on each other because all of us need to change. We don't. That's the whole thing. Some people know how to organize humanity, and they've already done it since the time of the Druids, the Merchants of Venice, the Masons. They know. We don't know. That's so. It's like AA. You just got to admit, hey, that's very simple. I mean, there's the movie The Irishman, Martin Scorsese. All his movies about gangsters. Los Angeles is about gangster started the city. Rock and roll was Frank Sinatra. Gangster, 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 gangster. American gangsters. Hot Springs. Birthplace of national parks. My hometown, less than an hour away. Gangster's paradise. Been living most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. Is it really a paradise or is it a fucking hell on earth? Pardon my French, but it is. And we're all conspirators. We're all guilty. Guilty. So, that's enough of the philosophy. It's time to get off of Google. It is blow your mind in that impossible to do. Within that TruthStream a clip where the an investigative journalist tested how much are you tracked by these phones. We all know that we are. I mean, Google is all National Security Administration, which may as well be the Nazi SS. Literally, that's what we're talking about. Literally, not exaggerated for effect, but I mean, come on, think about it. You think those German people were stupid? No. You think we can't be tricked like that? Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can, Obama. Yes, we can. Now, we're in this situation where it doesn't matter that you know it's going on. Do you have the mental capacity that is not mind controlled to do something about it. So who's really in the worst situation? The practically homeless person living in a camper, or the person that's satisfied with the status quo? You have a harder time getting out than I do. Are you going to go along with the Romans, or are you going to do what's right with the pagans, with the barbarians, with the Hicks? I'm sticking with the Hicks. All right, enough of the philosophy. So, this is my website, chadwarren.me, as you well know. That's the hub. You should have a website. You can get one for free. Okay? Now, you need to get an email that can't. I was going to tell you is in that TruthStream Media video, they show that a person goes around with two phones. Neither of them have SIM cards in them. No cell. They're just, one of them has the airplane mode on and one of them has it off. I think that's the difference. Blow your mind, the one with the airplane mode on, which is supposed to restrict from any radio communication, is transmitting more information because they have another computer that can suck up that information, that intercepts that information. Is what Google does, is it intercepts all of that data because it's the Nazi government, American Nazi government, NSA. So it knows barometric measurements. It knows what floor you're on in a building. It knows when you get out of your car, what path you take, everything. And that's without a SIM card that it transmits cellular information. That's just Wi-Fi, and whether you have it on or not doesn't matter. So I don't know what actual physical technology, because this phone I'm using, this Motorola Android phone, I'm sure does all of that. So that's a question. But we should at least go in the direction, and then we'll communicate further about what these solutions are. But you can get this email like chad.warren@mailfence.com that does encrypt all this information at multiple levels. My last video, Telegram, it's very private and it shows you it's heavily encrypted. You can access it from multiple devices. It's faster than any other application. The servers are all worldwide, so regardless of politics, they can work. The API, which is the programming, I don't know the language for it, but it's the code used to program. It's open source protocol. Anybody can work on it, so it's not owned by some corporation. Uh, it's free. It's secure. You can't be hacked. Your messages. Oh, you want to transfer movies to your friends? Big media stuff like that. You can do that. So this is about a digital rights revolution, just like there was a freedom of speech, Bill of Rights revolution in America. We need to do that with our online life today. So that's Telegram, okay? And then at BitChute, I want you to visit me. I'm over here. Where am I at? It is. Let me see. Oh man, the obnoxiousness is high here. It's like Chad-Warren, bitchute.com something slash Chad. That is so annoying. I saw it earlier. I don't see that info now. But it's Chad-Warren at bitshoot.com. Okay? Now, here is the video that if you just want to get a sense of what we all probably already know. I'm probably preaching to the choir. That make the move. And, to my friend that didn't want to associate with me because of my controversial speech, well, this is the line in the sand, sir, and to all the people like you. If you continue on YouTube and to try to silence people like me because it makes you uncomfortable, well, you're on the side of Satan, literally. Because, okay, YouTube's supposed to be protecting children with this laws and all this. No, they're not. The number one trending video the other day, which you'll see in this video, is an animated cartoon about demons that dismember children, cut their bodies up limb from limb. That can be number one. So we're full on talking about that kind of a thing. Full on. I don't support Christianity because I think that that's how these Masons work, is they control both poles of everything. They control communism and they control capitalism. They control the good, the bad. Those things exist in reality, but when we go through these middlemen like YouTube, then we're getting a substitute. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, all that stuff that Christians fear in terms of, you're not going to be able to get a job, not going to be able to eat, not going to be able to transact money, and all that kind of business stuff that is at the heart of America will be taken away from people that disagree with this Trump kabbalist Zionist world government. That's happening. So that's the line that you have to decide. I'm right and you're wrong. You don't want to talk about this stuff. You don't get to choose. That's how that works. Learn about history. Okay? That's how that works. Look at how the people were pressured along with Hitler. It was a minority of Zionists. That's not what the Jewish people agreed. They just wanted to run those businesses, right? And the Germans didn't want to go along with the National Socialist Party of Hitler, who was a radical. They wanted to work their jobs and have a nice middle class life and buy stuff from those Jewish merchants, right? But the people in that radical minority are serious and organized, and they shook hands, and Hitler founded Israel. See the transfer agreement by Edwin Black. So it's very simple. We are in that situation now. Whose side are you on? You're the one that should feel uncomfortable about your decisions. Okay. So thank you very much. We'll watch a little clip of this to get a feel of it. This is the last video that I forget their names at Truth Stream Media. I apologize. Aaron and, is it Emily? I forget. I'm sorry. Anyway, but they're a married couple, and they, do really good work with their documentaries. So here we go.
YouTube, and I cannot personally be a part of that anymore. I can't. It's the same reason I stopped using Facebook, and I almost can't even stomach Twitter. I can't stomach these social media platforms, guys. We are modifying your behavior.
Society has been
That's
gradually
Jaron Lanier.
darkened by this scheme in which everyone is under surveillance all the time, and everyone is under this mild version of behavior modification all the time.
We're manipulating you and then pawning you off on advertisers. Like prey. This is what they're doing to people. And worse, they're actually trying to change historical narratives and lock them in place digitally into people's minds through programming. This is terrible. It is worse than Orwell, okay? It is worse than all of the dystopic novels ever written combined in a blender. That is what this is, and we're actually living in it now. So I can't continue to keep putting up things on here just to have them be buried and have our channel be effed with further. It's like the myth of Extinction Rebellion. YouTube is promoting Extinction Rebellion, so of course they would never want anyone to
We
see
have to eat babies to save the earth.
finished.
That stuff.
But guess what? I put the full thing up.
That's
for
what
free
YouTube
on BitChute.
promotes.
And if you guys want to see it, come right over. Have a watch. They're not going to censor me over there. I just finished another video that's extremely in your face, because that's the thing. As all of this censorship is on, all the stuff that's coming out and being admitted is becoming more and more insane. And so they don't want to give people an outlet to talk about the things that are being admitted. That's what's actually, so as the censorship clamps down, the admissions are coming out, and it's nuts. Aaron and I both, we made a...
So, we got to take our steps. Here's Google Chrome. Video going? Oh, wait. Oh, I'm gonna remove it. Yeah, it's gone. Or it's not really gone. I'll have to go remove the application, I guess, because uninstall wasn't even an option. I don't know about that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to stop using Gmail and all that. This is Firefox down at the bottom with the Fox. That's a better browser. That's the kind of decisions we have to make here. Thank you very much. Have a good day.